Another edition of Inside the Huddle. I'm UMSL Assistant Athletic Director for Media Relations Luke Rinne, and we're joined this week by men's soccer head coach Josh Alderson. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you guys got off your season off to a start, 3 games in 6 days. I know you had a tough result in the opener, dropping that one 1-0, but the lads bounced back nicely, picking up a couple road wins to start this 5-game road trip that you're on right now.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind week, a roller coaster of emotions for sure throughout. But like you said, to what was a difficult way to lose the first game, the boys responded tremendously, showed amazing character to turn around and give 2 fantastic performances in Tennessee. So really pleased with where we're at right now, given sort of the highs and the lows that we faced in the first 3 games.
Well, as we take a look at those first 3 games, first that game with Kentucky Wesleyan last Thursday, a very physical contest, a game that you guys generated a lot of chances, just couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, and it's something that we spoke about a little bit afterwards, being a bit more ruthless in front of goal. Kentucky Wesleyan are a really organised, strong, well-drilled team, well-coached, and we saw that in evidence in the game. Like you said, quite a physical game. I thought our boys stood up to that well. Matched the physicality brought by Kentucky Wesleyan and generated and earned the right to generate some good chances. We just got to put them away, and if we don't, we'll leave ourselves susceptible, and unfortunately that's what happened. But we found a way in the next couple, which was great.
Well, Wesleyan takes the lead on that late penalty kick, but you guys have an opportunity to tie it. Keeper guesses right. JT gets it just past him, but not enough to get across the goal line for the equalizer.
Yeah, and full credit to JT for having the courage to step up and take it in a tough moment. Obviously the emotions are pretty strong at that time from conceding such a late penalty, having been strong in the game, having been fairly strong, and I would say the better team for the majority of the game. To then go behind and then to have the opportunity to step up. I have tremendous respect for JT. He's our captain. This one didn't go in, but that happens. That's football. That's soccer. That's the game. That's life in a nutshell right there. He had the courage to step up. So it didn't go our way, but from that was born sort of the mantra for the whole team of what's next. How do we go next? What's the next action? What's the next focus?
Then on Sunday, you traveled down to Nashville to take on Trevecca Nazarene. Got a couple early goals from John Campbell. One in, correct me if I'm wrong, like 2nd or 3rd minute, real early in the game. Then he converted on a penalty kick about midway through the first half to give you guys a 2-0 lead at halftime. Lucas Seva adds what you didn't think at the time would be, but what proved to be the game winner early in the second half. And then, understandably so, with the next game coming up, you use that as an opportunity to get some other guys in. Trevecca Nazarene scored a couple late goals, but you were still very pleased with your performance.
Absolutely. The early goal from John, free kick, tremendous bit of quality. But anytime you score an early goal, that helps massively sort of with the way you want to play the game. So really pleased with how we started that game, and in truth, for the first hour, I thought we were fantastic. Controlled the game, scored 3 really good goals. Obviously one's a penalty, but the play to win the penalty was a wonderful little bit of combination play from our centre back out to our wing back in a great position. Some good intention throughout. I thought we looked really solid. Overall, it was a tremendous first hour. Like you said, then we sort of rotated a little bit. We had a game 2 days later. We also have a lot of guys that have trained really well and deserve the chance to play. So they got some opportunities. Trevecca had just come back from a 2-goal deficit in their previous game against a good Carson Newman team. So they always had the belief, and they pulled out a couple of late ones, one really late one, which perhaps took a little gloss off the result, but by no means took away from my how pleased I was with the performance in the response of the previous game.
Then you headed back down to Tennessee on Tuesday, took on a Union squad, again got an early goal, scored on your first shot of the game in the 2nd minute. Devin Livingstone found the back of the net, and then they came back, tied it up. You're tied 1-1 at halftime, and probably at this time at half you're thinking, okay, next goal we got to next goal, team's got a good chance to win, but you're also thinking in the back of your mind, with this being your third game in 6 days, hey, if we can find a way to get a point out of this, that would be massive.
Absolutely, the Trevecca are strong, so that took a lot out of us. And Union, I think, are really in a good place this year. I think they're going to have a good year. They had come off back of 2 good wins. They brought in some really impressive transfers they've got and brought to the program, and Stephen there has done a wonderful job with how he's building that team. And going 1-0 up early again, fantastic. Great for Devon to get his first goal of the year. And then it was very even, in truth, from that moment on. They managed to get the equaliser. Like you said, I thought personally 1 more goal would win the game. I thought 2-1, whichever way it goes, will likely win the game. So when we scored, Kevin getting his first goal for us, John, Kevin, Devon, all starting to score now. It's what we want our forwards to be contributing and finding the back of the net. So we're really pleased with that. But for then us to sort of try and see out the game was tough, because we were struggling fitness-wise after such difficult games in the first 2. Naturally it was a bit of a struggle, but the boys dug really, really deep. We were a little unfortunate to give away a penalty. They can happen, but it struck JT's arm with his arm by his side. I think he's unfortunate there, but that's, again, it's part of dealing with the adversity. How do you respond? What's next in them moments? And I just thought the guys gave everything they possibly could, and I was so proud of them, and fully deserved to get that moment at the end, to seal the victory, and it really capped off a fantastic response from the boys.
Well, you talk about that. Gibson Hunt gets free on the breakaway in the final 3 minutes, maybe even final 2 minutes. Gets behind the defense, and then gets into the box, and probably not going towards goal, but was in a position to make something, and gets taken down in the box for a penalty. John Campbell steps up to the spot and converts the PK for the game winner.
Yeah, special mention for Gibby. He's been tremendous. Freshman, local boy who's done wonderful things so far. Really excited for what he's going to bring over the next 4 years. It's what this program is all about. Local guys getting the chance to come here and play and impress. Having to earn that right in training, of course, but when they have the ability that Gibby has, and the determination that he has, you can see it throughout the team. We've got a lot of local guys that do tremendous things for us. So really, really pleased with him. 90th minute to 88th minute to make a lung busting run down the line, to get himself free in the box and to win us a penalty. Sort of summed up the effort and the commitment that the boys showed in that second half, and John stepping up, same as what we said about JT. You have to have the courage to step up in big moments like that, and John did, and was emphatic with his penalty, which was great to see.
Well, and I think that's got to be the even more impressive thing for that win, because it could have been very easily, okay, you get up 1-0, they come back, tie it up 1-1. You go up 2-1, they tie it 2-2 in the final 20 minutes, and it could be very easily, oh, we're tired, it's 3 games, 6 days, but your guys kept fighting, and that's a credit to them, to what they want to achieve this season. That, hey, you know what, they dug deep, they found a way to get that result.
Absolutely, and that to me goes away from soccer. That is just character, that is human beings. So a large part of what we do when we're recruiting is get to know these young men and their families and their surroundings and environments they've grown up in, their coaches at club and high school, and everything that we can help tell us the character of the young men. So that in moments like this, we know that we've got guys that we can count on. We've got guys that will do whatever they can to help the team come out on top in difficult, tough, trying circumstances. So to see it come to fruition is fantastic. It also fills them with belief moving forward. It would have been nice to have won a game 3-0 comfortably, don't get me wrong. I think for my own stress levels, I think that would have been fantastic. But for the good of the team and the momentum and the trajectory that we're going on, to win a game in that nature is like gold dust. That belief is really flowing through them now, which is great.
Well, now you continue your 3-game road trip this weekend. Travel down to Springfield, Missouri to take on a very good Drury ball club. Mm-hmm. They are off to a 2-0-1 start. They came from behind, scored 2 second-half goals to beat Newman last night. And this is a team, you know Drury's probably going to be wanting to get after you after the way their season ended last year. You beat them here 3-0, and that kind of took them out of the running for a spot in the GLVC tournament.
Yeah, Drury have always been strong, a really well coached program. We know last year will be something that they are going to try and use to motivate their guys, but obviously we're in a very different season this season. Already there's been some different results in the conference for different teams, there's been some coaching changes, so we know that things will not really carry over too much from last year. What we know is that Drury are going to be a really tough opponent on Sunday. Good on the ball, very organised, dynamic, very good in attacking transition. We'll look to play, and it's not an easy place to go. It's a tough place to go. So this will be a great challenge for the guys, and I'm excited to see how they rise to it. Hopefully, we can show the same sort of fortitude that we've shown in the last couple of games.
All right, Josh, thank you for joining us this week. Good luck, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you very much.
That's head coach Josh Alderson. I'm Luke Rinne saying thanks for watching.